Hi, welcome back to part 3 of our series on using your Outschool, the Outschool platform to market your classes. They offer so many different things and so many benefits. And so today we're going to talk about the third part. Now, I've recorded 2 previous videos and those will be linked in the description below. So go down there and look for them and they'll be linked there so that you can look at the first one and the second one. So let's just jump right in, shall we? You know how this is. If you're an Outschool teacher, you know all about this. So the first video covered effective teacher profiles and how you can improve the effectiveness of your teacher profile. Go back and watch that video to learn more. The second video covered effective class titles, summaries, and descriptions, and particularly, words that you can put in to those class titles, summaries, and descriptions that will improve your searchability on the platform. We all want to know how can we be found, right? And so that's what that will communicate. And then today we're going to talk about effective videos. Now, I am not a videographer. You can look at what I've just done here for you and know that I am no professional, but I'm not afraid of the camera either. And I'm not afraid of trying new things and recording myself as many times as it takes. You will never guess how many times I've done the same thing over and over again just to get it the way I want it. Now, it's not perfect, but that's okay. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for communication. And that's what you want your videos to do. So let's talk a little bit about why do we even need videos? Why are videos even needed, right? So that is a big question. And I know that this must be a question out there because when I peruse through the class listings on Outschool, many people do not have videos with their profile, although there's a lot more profile videos now than there used to be. But many more do not have videos with their class listings. And it's such a simple thing that you can do that just bumps you up when people are looking at classes. I feel that people are more likely to stop and look at your information if you have a video attached to it. Even if it's not a fancy video, it's just a communication. It's a different means of communication. What are we trying to accomplish with videos? The first thing we're trying to do is just have a quick introduction. Hi, I'm Evelyn Van Zandt, right? We just want to get our name out there. We want them to know who we are. We want them to know that we're serious about this. We're dedicated enough to make a video, right? So we want that quick introduction. We want to use this for class explanations. We can also use it for, so even in our profile, we can explain our classes a little bit. So use this, every tool in our tool belt, right? And so this is just one more tool in your tool belt. Catching busy families. Oh my goodness, I remember the days. You know, my life is a lot more calm now. My youngest is in college, and so life is a little less chaotic in my home than it used to be. But I can remember the days of when I did not have time to read even a paragraph, but I could watch a 2-minute video about something, right? Everybody is so into videos right now. I mean, think about TikTok and the little things, I don't even know what they're called on Facebook. They just keep showing up, these videos, and they catch my attention. And they're not long, they're 30 to 45 seconds, but they give me a fun little glimpse into something that's going on around me. And that's what we want to give people, just a quick little glimpse. Catch those busy families because you know they are crazy busy. Hook your customers. Okay, we need to think of the parents and students as customers. We are marketing ourselves and our classes. And so we need to hook them, right? We got to catch them. We've got to hook them. Once, I probably should have those switched, but we need to hook our customers. And this is a great tool to hooking our customers is our videos, because they can see a little bit more about you. That's another reason. And the final reason is you can kind of showcase your teaching style. And if not your teaching style, at least I'm comfortable behind a camera. I can communicate using a camera. Your child will understand me when I speak using a camera. And this, I think, can be very empowering and very comforting to parents to know that the teacher they're going to pay can communicate through a camera. And I think that's pretty important since we're doing all of this through a camera. Okay, so we understand the why. And now let's talk about the how, because I know that is a real question that people have, is the how. Now, I told you at the beginning, I am no videographer, right? I don't know the ins and outs of making videos. My daughter is in the film industry. She totally knows the ins and outs of making videos, and she understands that what goes into that process. And I've watched her work for hours on editing sound for video. And so I know that it takes a long time. I'm not doing those kinds of videos. I'm just doing an informational, quick little video. And so I've got some tips in not the recording process, but what you should put in them. Okay. And maybe a little bit about how you get to that spot. So the first thing I want to say is, just like I said on the last slide, record videos for both your profile and each class. Now, this is easier said than done. It's easier for me because I have 2 classes. So I'm one to talk, right? But start with your most popular. Go and look at your saves, and whichever class has the most saves, go ahead and make videos for those classes first, and then work your way through the list. But every class should have its own distinct video that goes with that class. Now, I've seen some where people just take their profile video and pop it in for each class. Parents aren't interested in seeing your profile video every time they open a new class. They want to see about that class. That's what they're looking for there. Okay, so think about what you would want to know, what you would want to see, and make sure you're putting that there. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is to know what you want to share. Now, I'm sure you can see that sometimes, like, I'm thinking but I'm not reading. I know my material. I know what I want to share with you. And so I think it's really, really, really important that you know what you want to share. You know your material. It exudes a confidence that you can't get when you read your material. It's important that you communicate with parents that you are confident. You know your material. You know your subject, right? That confidence is going to help them push that button, to click that enroll now button. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So know your material. Don't read it. Be professional. And look at me. I am not dressed like I should go to the bank and be a teller, right? I'm not a insurance salesman, right? But I am dressed appropriately for teaching a class on Outschool. Now, I wouldn't, wearing an Outschool t-shirt's just fine, but don't wear the t-shirt from the concert you went to last night, right? Be professional. It exudes something about you, right? You want to communicate that you are a professional. And so you need to dress professionally. And I think that kind of goes to your background as well. You can see my background is not that fancy. But it is not my bed. It is not, you know, a bright window behind me. It looks kind of schoolish or office-ish, right? And so that's part of what you want to communicate when you're being professional. Re-record as many times as needed. It might take you 2 times, it might take you 10 times to get where you're comfortable. Don't aim for perfection, but aim to communicate what you want to communicate. Okay, that's the goal, is communication. You want to communicate clearly, confidently, professionally. Okay, hope that's making sense. For your profile video specifically, include your teaching philosophy. I feel like this is really important. We talked about it earlier in one of the classes and one of the videos. Including your teaching philosophy is one of those confidence builders. You actually have a teaching philosophy. Everyone has a teaching philosophy or a learning philosophy. And by sharing it, it lets the parents know that you are of a caliber to recognize your teaching philosophy. And that's really, really important. Demonstrate your teaching style. And I think that that could come across just by your comfort with the camera. I use my hands to teach. I use my hands when I teach in class. I use both vocal expression. I use facial expressions. I'm animated. I'm not nervous. And while I could be nervous on the inside, it's important that you appear confident. If you just heard a little thing, that's my husband texting me. Sorry. So I didn't want to re-record right now. And then finally, mention your most popular classes. If you have some classes that you'd really love to see grow, mention them in your profile video. And if you want to re-record your profile video every season so that you can talk about that season's popular classes, maybe you want to redo your profile video as you approach Christmas because you have Christmas classes, or maybe you want to redo your profile video when you come to the school year because you have academic classes that you really want to point out, right? And so feel free to do that. You can re-record your profile video as many times as you want to, anytime you want to, right? And speaking of that, I actually should mention that I just record my videos right there in Outschool. And part of the reason that I do that is because I don't have to worry about whether they're going to fit size-wise. And I also do not really worry about my length of videos. I try to keep them under 4 minutes. They recommend shorter. I think they recommend shorter because people only will watch so much, but I figure they'll watch as long as they'll watch. And as long as I have information to share, I'm going to share it. So those little tips there. And finally, for each class video, I think that this is really important that you have a video for each of your classes. Describe what makes that class special. Something sets this class apart from other classes. And if you have to, go and look at a few other classes. See if you can identify some things that make your class special. And how can you highlight that in your class video? You'll see if you go and look at my class videos, which I would love for you to do, you can see that I am really specific about what sets my classes apart from others. I'm not derogatory. I don't tear down other classes. I only point out the benefits of my class and what makes my class special. And then finally, include what students will accomplish in your class. Make sure that you let the parents know this is what you're getting for your money. Right? You're not just getting me, right? You're getting something for your student. And this is what, when they get to the end of the class, this is what they should have been able to accomplish. And I think that's really, really important, especially if you have a higher cost class. You need to make sure that everyone understands what you are accomplishing. Next time, we'll be talking about effective scheduling. And so I hope that you'll be able to stop by and watch that video when it releases. Bye.